Greetings, mortals. I am Nates, one of the rulers of Hell, or in my case, the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of the Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 334. The true nature is exposed. Now, thanks to my foresight, I'm actually aware of what that means and not completely in the dark. So, I'm a bit surprised how stereotypical the plot twist in this one is. And that's all I'm gonna say for now, because let's be real here, this is a reaction to the chapter and not a chapter review. So we just go through it in its entirety. So the first page we have is that the elder guy with the heads of those people in the village with those creepy faces they have. Which, by the way, now I get this is supposed to be kind of give us an unsettling tone and all, but what is the actual explanation in these spells, magic, or whatever that is they are always so unsettling? Like, why is it that they always have this like weird face, like yes, oh, we are allies. Like, what's up with that? Like, why is it that they can never like give full out normal faces? Like, it's always something very obvious. Something is wrong here. But yeah. Anyways, now we see Anne, Nasians, and the horse going through the bubble, and they seem to be first like testing it out and going through without issues. So now we have this archer guy staying with Nonsense looking back at him as he starts to sweat a bit and thinking about something. As he extends his hand, and the pyro seems to burn him, from what it seems to be. Like, there seems to be some negative reaction. So, that's peculiar. I'll get into the end of this chapter because that's when we find out stuff. So, yeah. Now, this guy's like, good luck, kids. It all depends on you now. And then we see about to the villagers with added then doing a distraction with like, yo, hey you monsters over here, look at me, I know exactly where you all are. Get the hell out of these mountains right now, damn it. As he acts like a complete like douchebag, like he's like jumping up, doing a and like turning around and smacking his butt of like this is like I know this is supposed to be like over the top, but still. And then we have Nonsense, and I'll be like, is all going to be alright? As like, hurry, Nonsense, come on! Just is more focused on the mission than what Old's condition is, which will turn out to be a good thing in a way. And then he's like, ha! And no, Art's like, ha ha, you coming for me, you freaks? As the dog starts to bark as those civilians are going in that directions. And Asians and sneak below the road a bit because it seems to be able bumping the ground. And like, we are heading for that idol in the town center. Those two cause us so much trouble, don't they? They and Nonsense response with, you mean Percival and Donnie? And you see a panel with the monsters walking and Arthur being like, I'm right here. As Anne's like, poof, forget Donnie. It's Percival who's the problem. I guess this is kind of like Anne giving Donnie some respect, kind of like the fact that she's not saying that she's one of the problem, although it could also gonna be taken as an insult. It's kind of like that kind of. Alright, you're technically insulting him, but you're technically praising him because you said like, alright, he's not completely the worst. And then Anne continues with, after all the grief we went through in Kant, it's like he didn't learn a thing from it, no caution at all. And then Nas is like, well, that's part of what makes him Percival. I think that too. So I guess Nas is like, yes, I agree with you, but that's kind of like his appeal. And then Anne continues with, oh, quit being so kind to him. and Sin acts all pompous, but he ditches us right when we need him. To be fair, and Sin did run head first to that area, so I'm not sure that's really his problem. And then we see Anne like ducking behind so the monsters wouldn't see it. And she continues with, if you're trying to be a holy knight, you gotta make a cold, calculated decisions under any circumstances. Shh. And as in response to her with, and you're gripping about our friends under these. As Anne immediately says, I'm not gripping. And I was like, I'm gonna show him that I deserve to be leader for you all. It's the perfect chance for that. So that's what Siri's focused on right now. Like, not her friends. She's more focused on, okay, this is a situation where the leader has to show off the most. Because, you know, she can she really did nothing in Can. Like, she probably was like the most unimportant character. So I guess it does kind of make sense why she'll probably want to take this a chance to like redeem herself or like to show off why she's the leader. And you have not to be like Angalhat. Oh, these names, I really wish they had more simple names. Like Bon is simple, but this is like Angalhat. It's weird. As then Anne's like, well, enough of that. Let's finish our job. And now the response was, huh? Enough of what? And then we see Dan look at Donnie as he starts to scream like ah, which I wonder what that this means. That's kind of a ritual to turn them into demons or monsters. As then I notice, and they're like, is that? And I see Donnie falling on the ground, be like holding his hand even deeper. As Nan's like Donnie, and Nan's like ah, and then like, hey, hello, what's going on? As Nathan tells her, go to the idol and Halat. No, I'll take care of Donnie. And you see Nathan's running to him with a medical case, and she looks a bit like, I guess scared or something. And she's like, let's go, Sylvan. And Sylvan's like, what, me too? As like just to scream, ah. And Nathan's like, Donnie, hang in there, as some of the citizens approach them. Them with those creepy smiles. And Alan's like, my hand's gonna split! And as nothing notices like they're being so as he says, oh no, we are surrounded. And then uh Nelson's like, what happened to you? As I was like, not so loud, it hurts, my hat. And then Nans looks around him and he's like, are those? As he looks at the things that, you know, has beer, like those containers. Yep, I feel like this is the first red flag. This isn't gonna be what you would expect it to be. And then we see Anne has a horse like one be like, and then we have Fia as Anne gets silver as she looks up from that where she was hiding for. It's like that no voice as she's first of all being smacked around by another child in the ground and as like and she cuts him off and be like and she starts running and she's like no Anne, if you dive in there you'll get caught with the rest of them. I gotta find the other first for their sakes. I guess this is what Anne is thinking is gonna be going with this, like oh shit no wait my target is the idol, I have to break that and we'll be safe. And then we have Percival standing up and be like, duh! As he dashes at that kid that fought him before and he pushes that kid away, but that kid doesn't fall off at all. And he like just holds his ground and be like, As then Percival like, Huff, boy, you're strong. And then we see Nurse with Donnie scream to him, hey, Percival! And Percival notices him and Percival like, Donnie, are you okay now? Yeah, Zana says, yeah, fine, thanks to Nasians. And then it's like, oh man, that was some real demon brew. I've never been so sick from it. So yeah, it turns out that whole head splitting thing is actually just because he was drunk off his ass. Kinda not. I really think we should have expected something like that happening. And then we have Naz being like, "What are you doing, Percival?" As then Percival was like, "I taught Guran to everybody, and let me tell ya, Dolce here is super good at it." Which I think is actually what Percival was doing with he was doing with Anne in the last two chapters. And then Donnie responds with a surprising face on him, being like, "Dolchomon, huh? What's his name? How do you know it?" And Percival's like, "Oh, I just kind of learned it as we played around, right?" And then we have Dolchomon speaking that weird tongue, and then Donnie's like, "Nah, no, like we got no idea what he's saying." As Nancy is like, "It certainly sounds unfamiliar, nothing like what you hear in Britannia." And then Percival starts speaking in the same language as we also get. I'm not sure if that's what Percival is saying or just like translations, but what Percival is saying in that weird tongue is like, "Hey, what language is this? It's not originally from Britannia." I guess Percival is still asking him in their language what Nauseance is wondering. And Nauseance and Danya are shocked that he knows how to speak it. And Dolchamon apparently seems to tell him what it is. As Percival's like, "Yeah, so, and then Nas is like, "Why can you speak that?" As Don is just also swaying in a bit of shocked. So, yeah. And Percival's in like, "Huh? Oh, why can I?" So, yeah. No, this is such a vague concept that I can't really go into it. Like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be some kind of like a different species thing, or if there's some kind of like in ancient history thing. Like, I can't really directly say if that's like supposed to be a reference to anything. I'm not even sure if what these things are, and we do find out what these monsters actually are, would actually have on, speaking their tongue. So maybe it's something else that'll be revealed later. I'm not sure. Now we get a panel of the idol as Anne is looking at it and she's like, "That there's the idol." And she looks up at it, and the size of the thing is actually seems to again look like to be about the same size as that those village houses on a smaller rock. And then we have Anne be like, "If art was right, and this is the device that created the barrier and made the monsters look human, the moment I destroy it, they'll turn back and this whole village will be in chaos. We'll be use the confusion to rescue everyone." So I guess that's what Anne's plan is, since for what she knows, they can't leave this place. So I guess we'll see exactly. Let's just say this. Let's just say we'll talk about Anne's magic a little bit later in terms of the truth and that stuff. Needless to say, is that this isn't exactly gonna end up the way she's expecting it to end. And then we see Anne with rope going there, tying it around the idol, around that small area where it's kept on the stone. And then she ties it to Sylvian. And she tells him, "Okay, Sylvian, start pulling." And she's like, "Can I really pull this down?" To be fair, Sylvian, it looks like anything, like just enough of a little bit of a kick at would probably be able to throw it down. So I'm pretty sure you can actually pull that thing down. And then we see him saying like, I'll get you all kinds of yummy carrots later." So that's how she's gonna convince Sylvian. And then we see that wizard tower, that building, as the elder is walking. He's like, "You rather like that wing-haired boy, don't you? A strange and fascinating lad, yes." As then has some shivered off his spine, like, something's not right. And then we see the picture of the villagers with a bit of a crack between them. as Aldo's like, what on, is the device malfunctioning? And then we see Anne and Nanette's pouring it as like, first of all, Donnie, Sin, you better thank me for this. I swear I'm gonna rescue you all. As there's like, carrots, carrots. What, and pulls it, and it seems to like break a bit, or at least like it seems to like actually no, it seems like it's starting to actually get moving a bit, and then they continue pulling, and it's like, I'll never be a holy knight if I can't pull off this much. As she continues to pull it, and then she gives out a mighty scream. It's like, quash the evil, rescue the weak, and be someone who risks their life for what is important to them. As she manages to pull the idol down. As the idol comes down and crashes. And then it's like, I did it. And then the idol completely blows up. Like, it's completely shaking. It was clearly unstable and everything. And pushes and the horse away. As then we cut to the outside, as we see like a couple of villagers who were there with, I mean, like, that sound as everything starts to burst in explosion all around them. Well, the stones seem to have blow up. And then we see a picture of the villagers with that like shaking sound going all over the place. As we see like Dolchamon there with that sparkle, and then person like Fra as one, and then we have like I'm going to be like, what the hell? And then person will be like, what was that? And then we have Percival being like, "Wow, that scared me." Dolcho, as then we see a leg, or what Dolchomon it really is, and we find now that Dolchomon is a baby rat demon. So yeah, and we see their shocked expressions. Like Donnie is scared out of his mind, Percival is like, "Wow," as now he's a bit nervous, and then we get like a panel right afterward with just a bunch of red and gray demons. I don't see any blue demons, but maybe they're also there. But needless to say, just a bunch of red and gray demons being there, looking confused and looking around all over the place. So yeah, these monsters were just those demons. So yeah. And then we see Odd continue to speak, being like, what a great bunch of kids they are. They broke down the bear of those horrible demons. And then he grabs his cloak, throws his cloak outside where we see his hand, and we see that he is a holy knight. And see the end of the chapter says, let the hammer of blood fall upon the other tribes. Now is the time to return Britannia to the human race. As we see his disgusting dog becoming giant and ready to strike. So, yeah, it turns up that Odd was the main villain, while the City of Monsters, or the City of Demons in this case, were actually the normal, the innocent civilians in this case. So yeah, kind of the opposite of the last arc where it was actually the people in there were normal while the ones who were entering were the bad guys. So yeah, interesting. So now let's talk about something that some people will start asking, and that's obviously. So let's start talk about what I feel like everyone's gonna be asking is, why didn't Anne tell this? Like, the thing is, then I kind of forgot that Anne has the ability basically to tell what's true and what's false. Now I feel like this I feel like the couple remembered that this knight has that some kind of either magic or something that allows him to disguise it, so Anne wouldn't be aware of it. Like Ironside wasn't like was like doing the standard talking, while this one, had like a disguise on. So I feel like it's a case like that with this guy as well. Where he had like some kind of cloak or something that makes it so Aang couldn't tell. After all, it's magic. I feel like there are ways to counter Aang's telling of truth or something. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that bird may have also have some kind of connection to it. Like maybe that bird actually works for this guy, or maybe like this guy manipulated a elder's bird or something like that. So that's kind of where we're going with this. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, this knight. I'm guessing this knight, by what he says, is actually one of Arthur's holy knights and not just like a rogue holy knight from Britannia. Not too much of it. It does seem like he has um this whole chaos stuff, which I'm not sure if we've seen it like before. Again, I'll look back into the last chapter. Which, by the way, I actually went back to see the dialogue for the last chapter, and what Art said, a lot of that could be what he actually thinks is true. True, like except for like one moment, everything else feels like he could actually be considered as truth to him. So yeah, I'm guessing this art is one of Arthur's Holy Knights, and I'm gonna guess we'll see this staff. I'm not sure if we saw this staff. Like they are chaos staffs that we've already seen, so I'm not sure if this like is one of them. But yeah, this is probably like one of those knights. So yeah, I feel like this is leading into more of an Anne character development moment arc. Like the last one was for Donnie, and this one will be more for Anne, like her feeling guilt for like causing this troubles. And I feel like it's gonna be revealed that all of this, like the demons were nice. I'm not sure about the Elder, what he's gonna look like, since the rest are like normal demons. I'm guessing the Elder might look the same way he does now. But yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna see more of it a bit later. So I'm guessing the next chapter is gonna be this guy versus everyone, which I'm a bit concerned. Like, how powerful is this guy gonna be? Like, where is he gonna rank amongst Arthur's holy knights? Like, we know that the gap is Talisker got obliterated by Percival, while Ironside weekend was able to defeat Percival, or stronger than Percival. So I'm definitely curious on exactly where this guy will rank. But yeah. Anyways, these are my thoughts on the chapter. You tell me in the comments below what do you think of this chapter. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Or whatever. Tell me in the comments below. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time.